Hey y'all, Chloe's grandpa here. Um, I just wanted to take a minute and I've been posting some Christian stuff on here, mostly shorts. There might be a video here and there, but this video I wanted to make, um, this is my testimony. And I know my face is red, pink wall, window, you know. Um, in 2018, in the middle of August, I woke up and had to go to church. It was Sunday morning. I had to go to church. Um, I don't know why I didn't go to church before. I never did. I did when I was a kid to make other people happy or to date chicks on the Wednesday night kids meetings. You could talk to girls and then get their numbers and then, yeah. Well, anyways, I didn't go to church for church. Um, At that time, I had just started doing fencing. It was August. I hadn't made probably $2,000 that year. And that was about it. Um, Everything was about to get shut off. And I went to bed crying. I woke up and I had to go to church. I Googled the closest church to me and I walked to it because I didn't have a car. Um, I cried. I, just put on the thing that said help, pray for me. Gave up what change I had and um, I went home afterwards and I was doing fence work. I was supposed to do a fence for my buddy and he didn't want to get it done or he couldn't afford to get it done. And my water was going to get shut off in an amount of days. And he was like, but I know you need it for the bills. What's your water bill? And he paid my water bill. And I had missed his call leaving church. And I called him back and he said, hey man, I got some bad news for you. I want to talk to you. And I was like, oh man, getting all them bad thoughts. And I couldn't even tell you what the sermon was about, the first sermon I went to. Couldn't tell you what half of them are. My mind doesn't work quite like that. Some things don't stick in it, some things do. It's a curse from my past. Now before this time, I had grown up at 2 years old, which would have put my sister at a baby. We were put into the foster care system. I wasn't allowed to know until I was 18, and by the time I was 18, I could care less why. I've heard stories, don't care. Stories, it didn't bother me. I grew up, was raised by somebody who really didn't like me. So I didn't get the great amount of love a lot of people did growing up, which is fine, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. I got love in other ways, and I dealt with my mental problems in other ways, which was drugs and alcohol from a very young age. Huff and paint, that was my favorite because it was cheap. Nobody ever thought about me buying paint and looking at me stupid. You know what I mean? So that was a good one because I could always get it. I always had it. Didn't have to worry about where I was going to get it or if somebody saw me with it. You know what I mean? Just start spray painting something. I was a kid. It didn't matter. And when I was like all older, other drugs were easier accessible. So I still huffed paint. Did whip it, stuff like that. Because I was an idiot and I was trying to quiet demons that I never dealt with. That I deal with every day now without drugs or alcohol. So that's always a bonus. Um, so yeah, I didn't go to church. Everyone I knew was bikers or biker-ish kind of people. If you understand what that means, then you understand what that means. Um, don't do drugs, don't do alcohol, don't smoke, don't vape, don't do anything that the Lord doesn't tell you to do. Because those are all habits that'll break you down and put you in places you don't want to be. But anyways, after I went to church, things really didn't change much, except for I had a faith in God. And I read I forget which one it is where it talks about taking on it. I just freaking posted it the other day, I think. I don't know. Or I meant to. But, give it all your burdens to God so you get rest. Well, my daily stresses I gave to God. How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to eat? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? I gave it to God and I have faith in God that He takes care of it, in which He does. Even when my faith is, trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to eat tomorrow. And then my brother-in-law walks in with 2 pizzas, so I got today's and tomorrow's food taken care of. That's the way God works. That's why I have faith in God. That's what, in 6 years, my situation hasn't changed much. It's actually gotten worse health-wise. Financial-wise, it's pretty much the same. I don't have any money. I make a little bit here and there. My sister, from having my sister's trailer in the driveway, and I make other money here and there. I might be rolling cigarettes for money again. I don't know. I'm not sure. But there'll be some money enough to live on, and that's because God provides it. It's nothing I'm doing. I don't even. Anyways, that's all because of God. Now, what's funny is I am in the same situation. I have no vehicle. I have no money. Food is scarce. The first time when I first walked into church, it was a eating every other day kind of thing. Well, now I have food for 2 days. After that, I don't know. I'm not worried about it because God will provide it. As dumb as that sounds, that's the way it works. Don't ask me how. I'm not smart enough to know. 100% not smart enough to know. I think my head is oblong. I don't know. My hat never looks right. But anyways, I'm sitting here with Daisy. Ow, you mother lover. Anyways, yeah, going to Christ has changed my life. I'm sure that I would have deleted myself, a few years ago, if that makes any sense. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Depression gets me all the time, but I know that God has got me, even though I'm in a dark place. I pray, and sometimes it gets me straight out of it. Sometimes it takes a little bit, and I have to get more into studying and more into praying, which I wonder why that is. Why, if things just don't go away, if I pray more and I read more into the Bible, or I watch a sermon online or something like that, I feel better afterwards. I try to live every day like a Christian. My goal is to have God look at me and say, I know who you are. You know what I mean? It's what I want. So I live every day of my life trying to accomplish that. Some days are stupid hard. Some days aren't. And you would think right now would be hard, but I've never felt better mentally in my life. I mean, my wife is sick. Her health is declining, but I'm more hopeful about it now because there are some things coming that are going to make things a little easier, and we have a visiting nurse coming to show her some exercises to do, to show me more things about what to do when she's here, because I've come to the conclusion that God will provide everything I need. What I need to do is take care of my wife. Yes. Are you going to tell me I love you? Are you going to tell them you love them? Huh? Do you love them? Well, tell them. Tell them. Tell them you love them. Oh, goodness gracious. You're just so big. Fat back. I know, baby. But yeah, I am not going to be one to push Christ on the channel. I am going to talk about him because he's one of the biggest parts of my life. He's here. Then Chloe, Sabrina, my wife, my family, my friends, my dogs are all under him, but God is always first, because I wouldn't be here without him. I'll be 100% honest. Without God, I wouldn't be here. I know it. I can point out times in my life where I know I should have died. I mean, someone standing 5 feet behind you and shoots at you, you probably shouldn't be alive, but I didn't even get a nick. You know what I'm saying? Kind of things like that happened in my life that I know for 100%. I might not have known it then. Then I was just like, holy crap. And we went home and got drunk talking about it all night. And that took down a whole nother freaking avenue of violence and guns, and it was stupid. But anyways, that was before I went to church. Now, I try not to be violent. I try not to be angry. I try to be as nice and loving as I possibly can to everyone and everybody and everything. And because the world has enough hate in it, and it's not my job to hate anyone. It's not my job to judge anyone. That all I'll leave to the hate. I'll leave to people that hate. Judgment, it's only one of us, one that can judge us, so I'm not worried about that. I'm not going to judge anyone. I just want to live my life to where God knows my name. That's it. That's what all of us should strive for. But I love y'all. God loves y'all. Sorry if this didn't interest you. But I may not make any more videos about it, but there will be shorts daily. I didn't do it today because today's Sunday and God wanted you to hear a different message than what comes out of my mouth. All right. I love y'all. God loves y'all. Have a great day. Be safe. And make them kids smile. Bye.